Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and I'm Elvis last year on YouTube, and it's Monday today, so you have rather than a reaction, it's maybe a clip of something or a topic. But today I wanted to do Elvis the Generous, and this is from Elvis by the Presleys, and it was put up by Kyle Slingo, which I love his channel with a passion, and I can spend all day on Kyle's channel. So yeah, pop on over to Kyle's channel. You will not ever be disappointed. So here is Elvis the Generous, and this is from Elvis by the Presleys. It was the book series, it was the series on the TV. I absolutely loved it. I loved every minute of it. So yeah, we're going to watch it from there. I've seen this before. It's not a first time reaction, but I wanted to share it on my channel because Elvis the Generous should always be shared, and I want to share as much as I can about Elvis and his generous heart. So there will be more on my channel, of course, but we'll start off with this because I love Elvis by the Presleys.
I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
Elvis really loved Christmas time. It was very sentimental to him. And it's sentimental to me, actually, too, driving up to the front. It reminds me when I arrived at Graceland. Never did I think that I would have my daughter and grandkids at that time, but here we are.
I was always with my dad at Christmas time.
We always spent Christmas together with Elvis because Christmas was the most important time of the year for all of us.
Which was usually a pretty cheerful time. Elvis liked to see everybody.
I think that the love for Christmas is just passed down genetically.
This past Christmas, we had a family with us. Elvis's double first cousin, Patsy, was there.
Elvis was my double first cousin, and we were like brother and sister all our lives.
Patsy was like my second mother. She pretty much half raised me. The double first cousin thing is a very Southern thing.
Two sisters married two brothers. It's as simple as that. And there's Pauline. Pauline's been around for many years, and her husband, O.C., who was our security guard for many years, who just recently retired.
Whenever I'm back, there's still one lady remaining who used to cook and had actually been working there before I was even born.
Been in this kitchen ever since he was 65.
And she comes to the house, and I have my family over, and we still have dinner there.
It's great to have Pauline cooking the same thing that she always cooked around this time.
Gosh, Pauline.
Those are the exact same pots and pans she cooked for us and I cooked for Elvis.
I like pork chops and country ham, cream potatoes, stuff like that. I was raised at home.
Here's our table. Isn't it beautiful? I was always lighting candles at that time, so it's nice to bring that atmosphere back again.
We've had lots of good dinners here at Graceland. It's great to be all together again in this house, and the only one missing is Elvis, you know.
Lisa's first Christmas. Vernon, Mr. Presley, dressed up as Santa, and he made the best Santa. Lisa actually thought it was Santa Claus and was so surprised that Elvis, you know, was saying, "This is Santa, Lisa, look at this is Santa. Say hi to Santa."
Christmas was always very special there.
It snowed around Christmas time, and we made the biggest snowman. We all made a huge snowman, got carrots, and he loved that. He was always wishing that it would snow.
Each Christmas, there was a Christmas tree always in the dining room, maybe one or two at different places in the house.
I would put all the bulbs on and ask the guys to come in and put the tinsel on. And we'd always get into an argument at that time because their way of putting the tinsel on was kind of like crumbling it up and throwing it at the tree. He had a ball doing that. And then he'd, you know, kind of clap his hands together saying he did his job.
Oh my God. Amazing, yeah.
He loved lights and he loved Christmas. It was his favorite time of year.
There was not really a room that you could walk into and not see something had to do with Christmas. I mean, it was just fun all the time for like weeks. We had Christmas for weeks, you know.
I make sure I light the holy hell out of my house for Christmas and keep them up until, you know, the end of January.
Well, at first it was not so extravagant. You had a sleigh and a reindeer and Santa out front wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, and then a few lights out around the house. But over the years it grew, and he lit up all the trees out front.
I remember him saying, "Oh my gosh, this is what they do out in Beverly Hills. Have different colored lights. I want to have this in front of Graceland." And they're still there. Opening up presents at Graceland was really a tradition. I mean, that was the evening that we invited all our friends over. We had, oh boy, about 50, 60 people there.
Elvis would
He gave out presents, and it was a very special time.
We would be opening presents madly. Elvis had a gift for everyone.
I've gotten them anything that I think they might want.
He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again.
I've got Daddy some suits. Mother goes to town now and she buys anything she wants, which makes me feel real good.
I think when the fame came and the money and everything, that the most important thing to him was that he wanted to take care of his mom and dad first, because they'd had a really hard life. We all had in Tupelo. We bought his mother a pink Cadillac. That was one of the first things he did. Just bought her dresses and jewelry and watches, you know, all kinds of things she hadn't had before. Anything that he knew that she would like, he bought it to make her happy.
Very early on, I realized how much he liked giving people things, and how much he almost spent more on other people than on himself. Everything he would get, everyone would get the same thing. He'd get one for himself, he'd get one for everyone. One time I wanted a dog, and he found a pet store, told the owner to open it up in Memphis. We all went. Like, there was about 13 or 14 people. We got a dog for each one of those people.
Oh my God, look at all these dog tags. I can't believe this. Jesus, look at the collection we have here. We had so many. From Chows to Maltese to Poodles to Great Danes.
My brother was going off to college, so Elvis went out and got him a Mustang. Don walks out and he says, "Oh, wow," mentions something about the car, and Elvis just puts his hand in his pocket and he said, "Well, it's yours." My brother was absolutely floored. He could not believe it.
The funny thing about it is we all hopped in it, and of course I didn't get to drive it.
Don was in the car and Elvis drove.
I always remember him giving cars. He'd like to watch people's faces light up and watch them freak out when they get it. Particularly cars were big.
We're sorry that we couldn't give each one of you a new Lincoln, but they wouldn't sell us that many.
I got lots of gifts from Elvis. I received jewelry and cars, homes.
This is the home Elvis bought me in 1974. He said, "Jerry, you never had a home. I want to be the one to give it to you. Not many friends buy you a home." So I've been here ever since, and will be here till the end.
He loved to watch someone's face, you know, with that surprise by handing the keys or handing a check or a piece of jewelry. I mean, he got great joy out of giving.
He said he wanted to give us a gift to help fix up the house. And he says, how about $10,000 be? And I said, "Oh my God, $10,000. Both of us looked at him. What's he doing?" So we kept on saying no, we didn't want to take it, because, I mean, that was a shock.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't accept no for an answer. He just wrote out a check.
I never saw him not doing something for somebody, ever. That's what he lived for.
He said, "You know, I don't want to be some old guy that hoarded up millions of dollars." He said, "I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it, share it with my family, my friends." And boy, he lived by it.
To be honest, Elvis really wasn't materialistic. He could care less about material things. That may be a shock to many people, but he was very, very simple. A very simple man. Trying to find out what to give him, that was a tough one.
You know how hard it was to buy gifts for Elvis, and everybody would almost give him the same gift.
I got exactly 282 teddy bears over the Christmas holidays.
When he was reading Bibles, people would give him Bibles. But then the next year they might buy him guns, and he'd get into the guns. So just whatever we bought, he loved it.
I was on my way to Vietnam, and there was this officer who was in the embassy and didn't have a pistol. And Elvis made the thing. He said, "I don't want that to happen to you." And that's when he bought me that Colt Python, which I wore every single day.
At the ranch, he bought something like 40 trucks, giving away 40 trucks. Can you imagine that?
I said I hold you in my heart.
If he wanted to give away every penny he had, he was going to damn well do it. And sometimes he came close to doing that.
Probably the one thing that kept him sane was his ability to give back.
Just because he was who he was, that didn't mean that we were going to ask him for anything.
I remember people, you know, going to him saying, "I just got a bum deal, and bang, there was a check.
To see the joy that the people would receive from the gifts, and I believe in return he received that back.
It was some sort of relief or release for him to do that. You know, it was something he could do to generate outward that he felt it made him happy to do that.
Elvis was a generous person right from the beginning.
We have a diamond ring that we're going to have as a door prize. It's my initial ring. I've had it for some time, and it has 14 diamonds in it.
That meant a lot to him, that he'd pick out all these charities. 50 charities that he would pick out for the end of the year on Christmas time. And that was important to him. And that was a ritual that he kept throughout the years. He did that every year.
So many kids and adults, too, have gotten just about one of the roughest breaks that can happen to a person. I'm talking about polio. We can help these people. Join the 1957 March of Dimes, please. It's very urgent.
Elvis gave to almost everybody that possibly could have needed anything.
I believe the proceeds from this show go to the Cynthia Milk Fund. Is that right, Elvis?
Yes, sir, that's right.
I know St. Jude and the Le Bonheur Hospital and all of the children's causes and cerebral palsy and cancer research.
As you know, we're doing a benefit for the Queerly Cancer Fund.
The youth center in Tupelo, I believe he went down there several times. He was proud of it because it gave him a sense of humility and joy, too, because he was able to be a part of it.
The wind had blown the sign down. I got with that youth center being built, they got a big sign up. The wind had blown it down. We tried to put it back up, and it fell on us. There was three of us trying to lift it back up. The sign fell on us.
He just instinctively would give back or want to do things for people. I think anybody in that kind of situation, including myself and whoever else, my kids, I mean, I think it's important for anyone that's in that position or this position to, you know, if you have that power, if you have that ability, you need to do something with it.
The Presley family has done an awful lot of charity work. They never were ones to make publicity about it.
I'm, you know, every year pretty active in keeping up on foundations that he had started.
Give every dime and dollar you can to this great cause.
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere.
He remembered that humble beginning, you know, that we all had, and he appreciated everything and everybody as much as he could.
If I can dream.
The original home was very surreal because it's very tiny.
Lisa has taken her money and donated it to make homes for homeless people. She just likes doing it because she wants to help people. And I think that Presley Place is probably one of, you know, a very special thing that she's doing.
My father lived in a housing project not far away from where Presley Place is. This program will help homeless families who want to help themselves by providing them with a home, a job, childcare, classes, on parenting, diet, etc. And then they can go back into society fully rehabilitated. This means a lot to me and my family, and I know it would have meant a lot to my father.
That's a fab documentary. I love Elvis by the Presleys. This was the book that they put alongside it, and it's just a really, really nice book. Really good. I mean, it is obviously very EPE and Priscilla driven, so but I love that because I love Priscilla, so yeah, I absolutely love it. That little clip is just stunning. It just shows you everything you need to know about Elvis and his generous heart. And all I can say when I watch things like that is I'm so glad to be an Elvis fan. I am so lucky to be an Elvis fan. I am so lucky to have him in my life, and I truly am blessed. And we are all blessed to have such an amazing person to be in our lives. And I just can't say it loud enough. I can't. Isn't that wonderful? Seeing Lisa, Priscilla, all of those people in there talking about Elvis, how much he gave through the years. Jerry with his house is just so very emotional. Seeing them eat in the Graceland, I love stuff like that. I wish they would do more of that and show us those little things when they go for Christmas. And Pauline there making the dinners. Oh my goodness. There's just so much to enjoy from Elvis by the Presleys. It's a great, great thing to watch. I totally recommend it. Kyle has the full thing on his channel, so I will try and put down in the comments below the links so that you can go follow, because it's really worthwhile to watch. That's it for me today. Thanks very much for joining me. I've had a blast, and I shall see you on another. Bye everyone.